Hi there, good evening. Tonight's story is a story about where stories may have come from. There are many such tales. Here's one that comes from India. Kind of interesting. We never knew who told the first story, do we? And then the retelling and the retelling over and over again, well, just possibly the truth of the very first story hopefully comes forward, but maybe not in the exact words, but is the figment of many imaginations. So here's one such again. Shiva was a god up in heaven. His wife was Parvati. And one evening she said, "Husband, tell me a story. Not just any story, a unique story that no one in the whole universe has heard." "Of course, my wife." And he began to tell. And she loved it so much. "Can you tell another?" He said, "Of course. And another, please." Until she dropped off to sleep. Now, Parvati was not the only one who had heard this story. For outside the door, listening, was the servant to Shiva. Now, he did not mean to eavesdrop, but he went, in fact, to visit with his master, and as he approached the door and went to knock, he heard the most lovely rhythmic lines and beautiful words, and he could not tear himself away. So he was closer and closer and closer to the door, just listening till he'd heard every story. And he raced home with these stories to tell his wife, who begged also because she became absorbed. "Tell me more, can you tell me more?" And so he did, until she, too, fell asleep. Pleasant dreams these women must have had. The next day, so very, very excited about the stories that she had heard from her husband, Parvati's maid, who happened to also be the wife of the servant who'd overheard the stories, came in to do up her hair. And she said, "Oh, mistress, I have things to tell you. Beautiful tales. Would you like to hear them?" "Oh, yes, I love tales. Please do." And so the servant maid told one story after another story after another story. And indeed, they were the very same tales that Parvati's husband, the god Shiva, had told her. She was so angry, she rushed off and said, "Husband, I thought those were original tales. Why is it that my maid knows them all?" The husband quite furiously came in and said, "How is it, in fact, that you do know them all?" "Well, I'm sorry, sir, but my husband came home and told me all the beautiful tales, and I..." "So did he. Come to me, servant, come to me." And so the servant came. "How is it you know? How is it you know these tales?" I did not mean to eavesdrop, sir, but the music of your words, the stories, I could not tear myself away, and so I had to rush home and tell my wife, "Please forgive me." "In fact, I will not forgive you. As a matter of fact, I will banish you from my kingdom. And your punishment is to go round the world, the entire world, circling the globe, till every person you have met knows every tale that you have heard from my lips." And so off he went. Off went the servant. And to every person he met, he told every tale, for that was his punishment. And who knows? He may still be circling the world, telling those very same tales. Good night now.